Hi, everybody. It's Betsy Walker here. I hope you're all doing well in this new year. Lots going on, I know, out there. So I applaud you if you're here and you care about your health and you're watching this. So if you are watching this, I'm doing this through StreamYard. So it's going to ask you to give permission to show your name. I would love it if you would give StreamYard permission so that I know you're here. I have to put my glasses on to see, but definitely would love to know you're here. So today, this is kind of part two of what I talked about last week, which was really about setting your goals for success in 2021. And goals are big to me, a big deal. I've had goals since I was very young, and of course, competing as a young person, it's just always part of what you do is you set your goals and then you go after them. So I love to talk about goals. But there's something else that needs to be talked about as well in terms of goals, and that is motivation. A lot of people think that motivation is just, it should just appear, right? We should just either have it or not have it, right? So the secret, and I'll give you this to you in the beginning because it's really important and what I want to talk about, secret is really about creating a skill of motivation, right? Motivation is a skill. And so that's what I want to talk about today is how to develop that skill to have motivation. I remember when I was young and I was getting ready to, go and train, I would get up every morning at 6 in the morning, and it was living in the mountains. So it was usually cold and snowy, and get up and go for a run. And that wasn't always the most fun thing to do. I'd usually been up doing homework late at night. But I knew that if I kept my routine and I did that every day, that I would be closer to my goal. It would help me to keep that motivation going for what my end goal was to win, a race or to, get it at a certain level in my sport. So I know a lot about this. I've been using this for a long time, and so I just wanted to share with you some of my secrets, okay, to building this skill. And some of these secrets I've learned from teachers along the way as well. So, and coaches that have coached me. So I just want to share that. All right. So, as a teacher or a coach, I can provide some temporary motivation. But once I've helped somebody with an exercise, for instance, they want to get out of neck pain. I've showed them some exercises to do. I can't really motivate them to go home and do them. That has to come from within them and their skill to actually implement that. So what I can do though is I can provide the accountability piece. I can build in a system, right? An accountability system and help them define, how to actually put that practice into place so they can build the skill. All right, so that's what I do as a coach and as a teacher, and I love to help people do this because I know that they'll have a lot more success. So there's some things that you ought to have to look at first. First of all, you have to look at your goal, right? You have to have your goal. And last week we talked about making small goals towards that bigger vision, that bigger goal, so that your brain thinks that it can do it. It's safe, that you can actually progress to that. But you want to look at that bigger goal and you want to say, you want to ask yourself, what is the source of it? Is that source of that goal something that's coming from inside of me or outside? Okay. And, outside motivations are, they're important. A lot of times they actually get us to get up and take action, but sometimes they're not enough to actually take us through to follow through. So I invite you to look inside to see what are the internal motivations and keep asking why. So for instance, if your goal is to lose 50 pounds, what is why? Why is it? Is it because your doctor told you that you need to lose 50 pounds, or is it because you really want to be around to raise your kids? and you internalize that, I want to be there for my family or whatever. So that's just an example. And you could apply it to anything else. It doesn't have to be health, but obviously I'm a health coach. So that's what I apply it to. And whoops, lost my ear thing here. So again, if you're watching via StreamYard, please give StreamYard the permission so I can see that you're here, I can see your comments, and I can answer any questions, because I love to get questions and to help people that way. So I want you to look at whether that is internal or external, your motivation, and then also look at it, the commitment level. Okay, is this a want or is this a need? Right, that's something that I've learned over the years with coaching and business is do I really want this? Or is it have to? Is it have to have? Okay, is it something that just really from within me it drives me? So those are big things in terms of whether you will succeed and putting in the work at it to create that skill of motivation and continuing to move forward towards your goal. So I invite you to rate your goal and what you want in terms of on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being, oh, that's really nice, I want that, to a 10 being, I need to have this. I have to have this. Okay. So rate it for me. Write that down on a piece of paper so you can look at it. So you have your goal written down and then you have that rating. And then I'm going to ask you to write a few more things down. Okay. So I want you to write down why you feel like you want this goal or you need this goal. Write it down, all the things that you can think of, at least 5, right? So you're writing, I need this goal, back to my example of losing 50 pounds. I need this goal so that I can fit into my jeans and not have to buy new clothes. I want this goal so that my, not only I lose weight, but my blood pressure goes down so I won't have a heart attack. I want this goal because my spouse or my partner will enjoy being with me more, or I want this goal because I just feel better when I'm lighter. My joints don't hurt as much. So just all sorts of reasons why. They don't have to be my reasons. I'm just giving examples that come to mind, and write them down. And once you've done that, all right, so this is really a method of basically talking yourself into doing what you want to do or you need to do to reach your goal. Okay. And so you write all that down, and then I'm going to have you rate it again after you've done that. You rate it on a scale of 1 to 10. Again, 1 being, yeah, I want it, to 10 being, I have to have it and I need it. Okay. And just notice if that went up at all after you did that exercise. Okay. So then the next thing I'm going to have you do in my coaching here is I'm going to have you think about what you have to do in order to reach that goal. Kind of put it in a picture in your mind and feel into it. Just kind of be there, and then just notice if your brain gives you any negative feedback, any negatives that says, no, you can't possibly do this because, or you can't have this because. That's just really important to be able to clue into that, because that could be some negative beliefs that you have in your subconscious that is coming up, and that you might need to clear that before you can actually succeed in those goals. Okay, and that's what I do with my Aroma Freedom sessions. We're about to have our retreat, which we rescheduled from December. I'll probably be doing another one, so watch out for that. So if you have any of those negative feelings, negative beliefs, or anything that pops in your head, could be from your past, from your childhood, it's important to clear those out. So, and like I said, I love to do this with Aroma Freedom, which is using essential oils. It happens really quickly. It's a great release, and you move on. So that's coming up. So I hope you will partake in that when I offer that next time. Okay, so then the next step is I want you to write down the possible things that would help you versus hinder you. So pitfalls versus helpers. And the way to do this is to write down these headings: who, what, when, where, why, and how. Okay, so you want to write all these down, and these are things that you can use to help you, or you can avoid so that you avoid the pitfalls. Okay, so who's supportive of you and who is not supportive of you and gaining these goals that you have for 2021. It's important to make sure that you know that, so that you can avoid the relationships or the interactions with people that are not supportive. Okay, what is the block? What do you have to get over to achieve that goal? So that's super important, is to definitely know what the what is. Okay, so for instance, if you are having trouble losing weight and you want to lose weight, what is the real problem behind it? Not just that you eat too much, but like, what is it that you're eating? And how often, and how much, and where, and when, and all those things. So really kind of dig down into that problem. Okay, and then, like I said, what's the timing of it? If you want to go for a run every day, and the only time that you have in your calendar now is like in the middle of the day, and that just doesn't work for you, then obviously that when is going to be an issue, and you'll have to figure out how to shift in order to be able to do that. Okay, why? Okay, this again goes back to the internal versus external motivation, right? Well, why is it important that you do it? You have to know that. And where? So if you have like certain things in your environment that help you be motivated and want to actually do whatever it is you need to do to attain your goals, then you want to use that to your advantage. If there's things that stop you, that trigger you, that make you say, "Oh, I just can't do it today," get rid of them, right? And then how? So how is, could be a lot of things. Do you need to learn a new skill? Is there education involved? Do you need a coach, a trainer, whatever it is that helps you know that you can actually put that practice into place. All right, and it may not be something that's a lot of expense or whatever, but it's just, okay, how can I do this? So those are the important things I wanted to share with you today, and just to give you that kind of overview of how can I stay motivated to continue to move forward to my 2021 goals. A lot of times we set up ourselves because we have these big goals, and like I talked about last week, we want to have small little safe goals to reach that bigger goal, so that our brain doesn't derail us. And then we have to build in these practices so that we actually build the skill of always being motivated to continue to move forward. And it's definitely a skill that we build. So I hope this is something that you will take and you'll use, and you'll just go forward and have a great 2021. And if you apply this to business, same thing. And to our health, it's so important to just really apply it in everything in our life. So I wish you the best in 2021. Please post any questions you have. Also, I'm available for just short strategy sessions. I love talking with you all, getting to know you, getting to know your needs, and so that I can better serve you in this group. So please feel free to message me. It's Betsy Blanford Walker. And you may even have a message from me in your message request box. So it wouldn't be in your regular message box. You have to go look for that in your up there on the menu. So I hope that you'll connect with me in this coming year, and that you'll jump in some of my programs that I put up. Like I said, I'll be putting up one soon for all of you that really want to move forward and achieve your goals in 2021. All right. Have a great day, everybody, and we'll see you next week.